Obituaries, a presentation of Curtis & Son Funeral Home, the North Chapel on Highway 21 in Sylacauga, and the Childersburg Chapel on Highway 280 in Childersburg. 256-245-4361. Pre-need, burials, cremation, and funeral services. That's Curtis & Son Funeral Home, Sylacauga, Childersburg. Funeral service for Patricia Pat Cobb Nelson, age 76, of Sylacauga, is today at 2 p.m. from Curtis & Son North, with the Reverends Tommy Thornton, Roy Cordell, and Jim Hopkins officiating. Burial in the Evergreen Memorial Cemetery. Visitation today, noon until 2 at the North Chapel. Mrs. Nelson died at her residence on Saturday. Online condolences at curtissonsonfh.com. Curtis & Son Funeral Home, North Chapel, Sylacauga, directing. Graveside service for Mike Finn, age 75, of Talladega, will be Wednesday at 2 p.m. from Alabama National Cemetery in Montevallo. Brother David Vick officiating. Mr. Finn died January 6 at his residence. Contributions may be sent to the Wounded Warrior Project. You can call 855-448-3997 or online at woundedwarriorsproject.org. Memorial messages may be sent to the family at radleysmith.com. Radley Smith Funeral Home directing. Funeral service for Geraldine Bennett, age 88, of Sylacauga, will be Wednesday at noon from Radley Smith Funeral Home Chapel. Dr. Charles Moore officiating. Burial in the Evergreen Cemetery. Mrs. Bennett died January 8th at her residence. She was a member of the Grimes Chapel Baptist Church and also the West Coosa Senior Center. The station will be Wednesday 10 until 11:30 at the funeral home. Memorial contributions can be sent to the West Coosa Senior Center or Grimes Chapel Baptist Church. Memorial messages can be sent to the family at radleysmith.com. Radley Smith Funeral Home, Sylacauga, directing. Funeral service for Terry Jackson Bullard, age 47, is today at noon from Ursery Funeral Home Chapel in Talladega, with burial in the Pine Hill Memorial Park, with the Reverend Wayne Hester officiating. And Mr. Bullard was a member of the Harvest Field Church in Chandler Springs. Online condolences at urseryfuneralhome.com. Ursery Funeral Home, Talladega, directing. Funeral service for Mr. Robert Andre Taylor, age 60, is today at 1 p.m. from New Hope Missionary Baptist Church in Sylacauga. The body will lie in state at the church 1 hour prior to the service. Mr. Taylor died January 4th in Sylacauga. Community Funeral Home, Sylacauga, directing. John Baldwin Hurd Jr., a Talladega native, died January the 6th of this year. And there will be a memorial service near his home in Texas. His remains will be placed near his parents' graveside in Talladega County. Funeral service for Mr. Alex Thomas Morgan Dean, age 16, of Alexander City, will be Thursday at 2 o'clock from the chapel of Radley Funeral Home. Reverend Tony Harris officiating. Burial in the Hillview Memorial Park. The family will receive friends Wednesday from 4 p.m. until 8 p.m. at the funeral home. Mr. Dean died Sunday, January 8th at Russell Medical Center. He was a member of the Family Worship Center. Memorial messages may be sent to the family at radleyfuneralhome.com. Radley Funeral Home in Alexander City in charge of those arrangements. That is a look at obituaries this morning, brought to you by Curtis & Son Funeral Home, the North Chapel on Highway 21 in Sylacauga, and the Childersburg Chapel on Highway 280 in Childersburg. 256-245-4361 for funerals, burials, and cremations. It's Curtis & Son Funeral Home, Sylacauga, Childersburg.